Course Overview. Manners, Etiquette and Duty of Care, Rebuilding Social Trust Across Generations. Purpose: to reintroduce manners and etiquette as lived practices of care, self-regulation, and social responsibility, supporting recovery from collective trauma, restoring interpersonal trust, and safeguarding wisdom that risks being lost with the elder generations. This course treats etiquette as mindfulness in action, a moral and lawful framework, a stabilizing force in traumatized societies, a bridge between generations. Why this course is needed, context and rationale. Over the past 2 decades, society has experienced prolonged isolation, mass grief without communal processing, normalization of stress responses, hypervigilance, withdrawal, aggression, numbness, erosion of informal social rules that once regulated behavior gently and effectively. Manners and etiquette historically acted as social shock absorbers, emotional containment systems, nonverbal agreements of safety and respect, daily reminders of self-control and mutual regard. When these disappear, law becomes the only boundary, and law alone is a blunt instrument. Core philosophy of the course. 1. Manners are not performative, they are protective. Politeness is not about hierarchy or suppression. It is about predictability, emotional safety, reducing conflict, preserving dignity for all parties. 2. Etiquette is a daily mindfulness practice. Each courteous act requires awareness of others, regulation of impulse, delayed gratification, consideration of consequence. This makes etiquette a behavioral form of meditation. 3. Duty of care begins with behavior. Before institutions can care for society, individuals must practice care in micromoments. Tone of voice, body language, listening, boundaries, accountability. 4. Elders are living libraries. This generation holds unwritten social knowledge, conflict resolution norms, family cohesion skills, community etiquette that never made it into textbooks. AI can preserve and transmit this, but only if we gather it now. Course structure, modular and scalable. Module 1. What are manners, really? Focus: reframing manners as social infrastructure. Key teachings: manners versus rules versus law. Why societies created etiquette before legal systems. How manners prevent harm before it occurs. Practice: observing one's own automatic behaviors. Identifying where self-control has been replaced by impulse. Module 2. Trauma, grief and behavioral drift. Focus: understanding why manners declined without blame. Key teachings: how unprocessed grief alters behavior. Why rudeness, withdrawal, or aggression are often stress responses. The difference between compassion and permissiveness. Practice: learning to pause before reacting. Re-establishing behavioral choice. Module 3. Foundational manners, with origins and benefits. Below is an example format used throughout the course. Practice: greeting others properly. What it is. Eye contact. Acknowledgement. Appropriate verbal greeting. Why it matters. Signals safety. Reduces social anxiety. Establishes mutual recognition. Historical context. Greetings evolved to show peaceful intent, empty hands, open posture. Modern benefit: de-escalates tension. Builds trust in seconds. Practice: saying please and thank you. What it is. Acknowledging effort and autonomy. Why it matters. Reinforces mutual respect. Prevents entitlement. Encourages cooperation. Historical context. Rooted in recognizing service as voluntary, not owed. Modern benefit. Improves relationships at work, home, and public spaces. Practice: taking turns speaking. What it is. Not interrupting. Allowing silence. Why it matters. Prevents dominance. Encourages listening. Historical context. Central to councils, families, and community decision-making. Modern benefit. Reduces conflict. Improves understanding. Practice. Apologizing properly. What it is. Acknowledging harm without justification. Why it matters. Restores trust. Prevents escalation. Historical context. Essential to maintaining group cohesion in small communities. Modern benefit. Emotional regulation. Accountability without shame. Module 4. Table manners and shared space etiquette. Focus. Eating, waiting, sharing, hosting. Why this matters. Meals were historically the primary site of bonding. Shared space etiquette teaches patience and restraint. Practice. Eating without devices. Waiting for others. Cleaning shared spaces. Module 5. Digital manners and modern conduct. Focus. Translating old principles into new environments. Key teachings. Online speech is still speech. Anonymity does not remove duty of care. Silence can be etiquette too. Practice. When to respond. When to disengage. How to disagree respectfully. Module 6. Learning from elders, living wisdom. Focus. Active listening to older generations. Activities. Interviews. Story gathering. Recording how things were done and why. Outcome. A living archive of social wisdom. Intergenerational respect restored. Module 7. Manners as moral and legal safeguards. Focus. How etiquette prevents harm before law is needed. Key teachings. Most crimes begin as boundary violations. Manners maintain boundaries early and gently. Practice. Recognizing early warning signs. Self-correction. Module 8. Passing it on, custodianship and continuity. Focus. Responsibility to transmit wisdom forward. Key teachings. Traditions only survive if practiced. Children learn behavior, not lectures. Outcome. Participants become custodians of social coherence. Closing vision. This course is not about returning to a better past. It is about recovering what worked, discarding what didn't, and integrating wisdom with modern tools. We still have elders who remember slower, more cohesive worlds. Children who are searching for structure and safety. Technology capable of preserving and sharing wisdom. What we do not have is time to delay. Reintroducing manners and etiquette is not nostalgia. It is preventative care for civilization itself.